Expected to be a brutal allergy season is already upon us, and you might already be suffering. Patty McDonald is live in studio with more.
Just as the trees started blooming, the rain arrived. Now that the wet weather is gone, the wind is stirring up all of that pollen from those blooms. That means higher amounts of allergens are in the air.
Pollen levels in the gem state are extreme, and with so much budding at once, the wind is stirring up new pollen from the trees and the pollen that fell to the ground during all the rain. That pollen is bringing on allergy attacks for many. Sufferers are all too familiar with the wheezing and watery eyes.
I live in a complex by the river where there's a lot of different flowers. So, I'll have an attack when I get home or actually while I'm walking the dogs.
Barron does her best to dodge areas where she knows plants bloom.
Well, I have to avoid certain areas where it's more prevalent. So it affects, where I go bike riding and the different areas that I go bike riding. So I can just avoid it as much as possible.
Doctors say sometimes the best advice is to medicate.
Patient comes in and they only are miserable for a few weeks in the early spring. We really try and control their symptoms with medications.
Jepson says sometimes over-the-counter medication is the solution. So if your allergies are flaring up, you may want to grab for that Benadryl or Allegra.
There are other ways to combat allergies. Experts say to keep your house and car windows closed. It is also a good idea to shower before bed and wash your clothes after you've been out, just in case any of that pollen got on them. Live in studio, I'm Patty McDonald. Today's 6 on your side.